Well, hello, welcome everybody to one more TerraFirmaCraft episode, and I'm sure not the last. It's DankNStein here. I think we're like 49, episode 49. Who's up for like a world download or tour or something for episode 50? We need to do something cool next episode, but we're also going to do something cool right now. Cheeky iron situation here. We also get tin and nickel out of this particular chunk, but what we need to do now is build up the power supply for it. Okay, here we go. So that's that finished. We can give it a little hammer tap. There we go. And then we might need to go and get one of these relays, but let's see if we can just get an angle going here that can be accepted. I don't really care how this looks. Connection is obstructed. Yeah, okay. This guy underneath. Okay. And then from here to here, and from here straight down to there. Okay. The question is the thing actually working? Yes. So we can just watch the metal roll in here, like it's all rich. And this thing's probably this locker's probably going to get filled quicker than we'd care to imagine. We might need to make a second one so we have a double locker. If we put the next one right next to it here, that's going to also push into there. Oh, interesting. That's on pull. Push. So what else have we done between episodes? While that's chugging away over there. One of the other things from last episode was that everybody pointed out quite rightly that I didn't need to use hoppers on these Ender.io machines. Now, having already built the thing like this, and also with a vanilla furnace in there which does need hoppers, I don't want to actually change the design of it. So what we did is we just made some Ender.io item conduits which are far cheaper than the hoppers, and we replaced them all. Same underneath. We could always turn them into larger lockers if we like, but for now I just did that, and we just salvaged a load of hoppers, which is kind of nice. And one thing that we actually need to do with one of those hoppers is something we've been meaning to do for a little while. Where did I put them? Here we go. We just need one of these, because we did steal one the other day, you see, from right here. Balance has been restored. I've got some plans for today. Like, we need to finally address this food group situation. Maybe plant a second batch of crops, because it's late spring, so we should still be able to get another pretty good batch in. But yeah, I think we should make a load of bread this episode. Start making sandwiches. Start getting a little bit more healthy. Now, the other thing we could do is we could take our core sample drill out for a spin. And we're going to end up with a lot of ore from doing this, right? A lot of ore. And our ingot vault, as you know, has been getting quite full with certain things. So this is something else we did on the stream, which I'm super proud of. Don't know why it took us so long to think of this, but this is genius. We just make reinforced lockers of the type of the metal that it is. So, for example, lead, which we filled up on. Silver, which we filled up on. And more than any, gold. Look at all that extra gold. So we, because we get that from the mob farm and we don't really spend it as quickly as we do the pig iron. We have a lot of gold. But as you can see, we're out of pig iron again, and we only have a tiny bit of steel there, so we're going to need to do more mob farming. Our iron, our nickel, and our tin are going to be nice and full after we finish with that vein. But then, lots of these we do get from our sifting, and we are halfway through a sifting process, which I still haven't done between episodes, but maybe we'll do some AFKing over the course of me actually making this episode today. Anyway, but what I'm getting at is very soon, we're reaching end game for ore collection right here, because our various methods are so effective now. I'm going to produce it at such high quantities. So I've done a bit of editing probably in this little last clip since we last came over here, but it's not been very long at all, really. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god. Yeah, so it's like half full already. So we should absolutely start emptying this thing already. Let's take this guy back over. Yeah, so this is the situation where people have been talking in the comments about something that I think we need to look into, which is being able to teleport items and fluids and things around the map. Interdimensional transceivers or something. I can't remember what people said they were called in the comments, but it was something like that. Sounds very juicy. It looks like we might need to fill up that with some more of the oil from here. Interesting. Okay, so with two of these, I've just moved it from one side to the other, so we can get kind of filled up. And then I suppose while those are refilling, it makes sense to bring this over here, transfer it into the into the buffer we've set up over there, and then come back once they're filled up. So yeah, this is a lot of running back and forth that this is going to require without these teleporting items. So should we have a quick look into that first as a very initial priority here today? And I think, yeah, we should make a second locker for the storage. But for now, why don't we just steal one? I can think of exactly the spot I want to steal it from too. Right here. Okay, having run back and forth a little bit here, it looks like the refinery might produce the fuel slower than we're consuming it here. I was hoping that by just running back and forth, I could prove to myself that we are actually creating more of it than we're using. But I'm not convinced that's true. Okay, we're up to 6.9 in there. So you know what? I think I take it back. I think we are actually with the double refinery does produce it faster than this thing consumes it. So up to 6.9 there isn't bad. Okay, let's have a look here. If this goes up beyond 6.9, then we know. Ooh, it's about equal. Ooh, it's close, it's close. It's not going to be a huge bottleneck though. We're at least producing it at roughly the same speed. But I think, yeah, first thing has to be first. Let's have a little cooking break right now, right? I think that's what we need to do. Okay, so what kind of bread do we want here? We've got tons of oat. Absolute tons of it. Same goes for the wheat. A lot of wheat here. Let's do all of this. One whole stack. The little extra bit and all this flour. We'll make all of that into bread. That's a nice amount of bread. And then as for cheese, we're going to want to do something with all our cheese too. Let's just be responsible. Cut all the mold off here. We'll take that bit of paste. We'll take that end and we'll take another whole stack. And I think that's going to be a stupid amount of cheese. But that's good. That's what we want. And then, yeah, we'll have fruit from the watermelon. So that's fine, even though the fruit trees haven't started going yet. I would quite like our cheese making operation to be manageable in the kitchen. That would make sense, right? That would make a lot of sense. So I think, isn't it vinegar? It's the barrel of vinegar that we need to bring over here, right? Lime water, latex, beer, and vinegar. I think it's this one that we want. Do we need hot water? I think that's why they stay here, isn't it? I remember now. Because we need some way of heating up water. Okay, well anyway, look, we've got our vinegar over here now. And there's fresh water in there. Now, do you just do it like this, right? Something? Do we need a knife in our hand? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So just thinking about it then, it's probably worth us moving one of the grindstones over here as well. Because that's the next stage in this process, is to grindstone those guys. Like, so do we want to have like a forge over here? Do we want to make a little forge in one of the corners of this room? Oh yeah, just while I remember as well, look, we actually set this up on the edge of the furnace as well. We've got like a fuel input for the vanilla furnace now, so we can just basically dump all our sticks in there whenever we do sapling gathering. So a forge in here would be very convenient, and then we'd be able to do everything over here, but I don't know. I'm in two minds about it, just because we'd need to make a chimney for it. I'm not sure how we'd do that. We could have a forge outside. We could just have like a little external little forge operation, just like right here, but then we may as well just run over there. We've got 5 of them. I mean, we do need to grind up our soybeans too in here, I think, if I'm remembering the stages. So thinking about this more, I think what I want to do is I just want to have like a lot of hot water stored over here. That's the way to do it, right? Maybe we sort of make like a shelf up there. In fact, that would probably look quite nice, wouldn't it? Cheeky little shelf with just barrels and barrels of hot water on. Okay, right. I've done like 5 full barrels of hot water here now. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's enough for now. Right, so let's make this this particular trip productive then. We want, yeah, some of these. Was it 3 of them, I think? And then we can grab both of these guys who should be... They aren't full. So who's the not full one? You're the not full one. So you just grab all of that for now. Yeah, okay, right, wow. So we need to empty, or rather we need to refill this with more oil. So yeah, this process here is taking a lot of like management, really. I think the transporting of these fluids through time and space, well, maybe not time, at least through space, is essential, because otherwise this is going to be really like labor intensive. And we want this to be as automated as possible, don't we? And all of that. Anyway, that's good for now. Except that I forgot to bring a barrel with me. So the efficiency levels are on the floor at the moment, just running back and forth, forgetting things, doing trips twice. Oh my god, I nearly just if you break a barrel with liquid in that isn't sealed, you just lose all the liquid, don't you? I think could have added that insult to the injury, but I didn't, at least on that occasion. I'm liking this little parkoury. Oh, missed it. This little parkoury route you can do where you land, like, let the little light break your fall there. It's kind of fun. Right. Yep. Nice. That's what I imagined, and it's working for me. Okay, beautiful. 5 barrels of hot water. So let's see if we can remember the processes here. Whoops. Everyone's going to tell me my doors shouldn't be open like that. And it's true, they shouldn't. But they are. So, with this soybean paste, yeah, like, how much do you need to put in? I've almost certainly done this in an episode before, but let's wring this dry here for once and for all. So 30, let's try 30 in there. 30's no good. Okay, I'm happy to settle on 40 as being the correct amount. So that means we can do quite a lot here. Well, we're going to have a lot of milk. And in fact, still quite a lot of soybean paste left over there. Alright, beautiful. So 4 loaves of bread coming right up. Right, it's been a long time coming, this. How long ago was it that we actually had a nice sandwich? This isn't even going to be the full complement. But we should start seeing those hit points rise, baby. Okay, and as we're on our way past, it's nothing like a little bit of curiosity here. I think this is going to be absurd. Oh my god, it is absurd. That's so cool. So good. It's nearly full. But we are also nearly out of fuel from this first batch. Wow. We just used up 12% of its integrity. Less than 12% of it has nearly filled a double locker. We'd need like an array of 8 double lockers at our base to kind of just wring one of these dry. Quite insane. It's kind of mad. The scale that we're going to be operating on is probably like time for ME systems, isn't it? You know, in terms of our storage needs now with that kind of thing happening. But now that we're well fed and everything, we've got our sandwiches. I think we should look into item transportation quickly. Just see, that kind of feels like the next thing that's going to save us the most time here, you know? Alright, bingo, I found it. Dimensional Transceiver transports items, fluids and power wirelessly across any distance and between dimensions. Cool. This is what we want. I think we got a ways to go maybe in Ender.io before we can do this stuff. With an Enderman head. Do we have an Enderman head yet? For the Soulbinder recipe, and we need one for the actual transceiver here, making the Ender resonator. I don't think we have any. No, we don't. You know, I think we do have one. I think, yeah, right. So we have one of them. The dimensional transceiver thing, I think, is gonna be a little while away because we've only got one of these Enderman heads, and we need at least 2 of them. That's before you even get into the soul vials and all the other stuff from Ender.io I don't understand. But let's keep Enderman heads in here, in with all of the rest of our Ender.io stuff, and let's like hunt Enderman. Every time we see one now, we have to try and kill it. And maybe we should look to get some looting. That's probably a really good idea. I think we've got a looting 3 book somewhere, don't we? Okay, no, we didn't. We don't have a looting book already, but oh, it's just heads. Okay, just any 3 heads and a book. Easy. Wow, it costs 40 levels to take that book. Well, we'll take it. 15 on there, but sharpness 5, looting 3. Cool. So now whenever we find an Enderman, we got the odds are in our favor now, you know? All right, yo, welcome back. It's been several hours actually since I just made lunch, and I've been sat here just watching YouTube videos while I've been destroying the rest of that hammer. The hammer's gone, and look at all of that dust. It literally just fits. That is what was left in our hammer. So that's going to be a lot of sifting to do, which we will do in this episode as well. So I've been running back and forth between the sag mill to create more and more and more sand, running up here to process that back into sandstone to make more sand, Coming down here, dropping it off, doing a bit more hammering, running over here, filling up on fuel. You'll notice now in here, no more oil left anywhere to be seen. And indeed, none left in there, none left in the refineries themselves, and no refined fuel left in there. Which means we've spent all of the fuel that we have. All the oil is now gone, and we've ploughed it all into this guy, into this chunk over here. So, I've been waiting to do this. Little moment of truth here. Oh my god. Okay, so with all of that fuel that we've put into this, we've only used up less than 30% of the ore in this chunk, which is insane, because let me show you how much we actually have. I've moved it all from the locker down there into these lockers along here just for ease of storage. So that's full of hematite, and this one on the end is very nearly full as well. Then we have a pretty nearly full nickel one, and about half, just over half full cassiterite. So we're going to have to start processing all of that. So yeah, I think that's what this episode's just going to become. It's probably going to be one of these episodes that takes me a long time and a lot of off-camera work, but we are just going to blast through all these metals. I'd really like to find a copper one. We might have to wait for next time, but once we've done all of this sifting, we'll have quite a bit of copper, I would imagine. So yeah, sifting and the like. Now we need some more sandwiches, don't we? So we'll have to look in the kitchen quickly, and I bet with all this time we've left it, yes, we now have 5 barrels of soy milk. Beautiful. You know what would be nice is if while doing this, drinking the soy milk actually gave us some dairy, but it doesn't. Oh well, you can't win them all. Alright, boom, and with that I think we are done. So this is mass production of cheese, like 5 barrels, 5 blocks of cheese. Not bad. That's going to last us. That's pretty nice. Let's grab some food while we're here, because it's still going to take a little while for that cheese to make. So we might as well make 1 round of sandwiches, I think, while we're waiting. Keep us fed. Let's start sifting. I'm just going to get my DOS on here. Alright, boom, we're done. That was a long time. It's now like the middle of the night of the day that I started making this this episode. So we'll no doubt go into tomorrow. But I'm excited that we finished all of that sifting now, so we can just start processing the stuff that's of most interest to us. We've got a lot of processing to do now. There's all of that plus all of this now. So yeah, I'm going to start breaking the back of that, I suppose, and making use of our new cupboards down here. I had a comment last time asking me why I put stuff into the hopper sometimes in between. Like I put stuff in there, then I put stuff in the hopper, and then I fill up the chest. And it's because of this right now. It doesn't fill up very quickly. I think the hopper ends up running out of stuff. I suppose if it pulls it at the same rate, I guess it makes no difference. Okay, anyway, it's just a cheeky conversation with myself there. This stuff should all be done. We should just have bars down here. Indeed we do. Bars, fam. I don't think the bauxite works in this guy, you know. No, it doesn't. Don't know if you guys can hear in the background, but it is raining really hard, like just suddenly outside right now. Like, yeah, that happened like out of nowhere. It's been so hot for 2 days, and now it's just like... Alright, anyway. Okay, yeah, so look, we've got like just under, what, 47 ingots of copper here, basically. Okay, making good progress through this, but I think now that the space over here is free, we're going to start loading this guy up. So this is going to get hectic, because, I mean, We know we literally don't have the storage for it. Oops. Don't smelt my leather water sack, please. Okay, you know what? I'm saying it now. This is actually insane. Like, we're like printing money over here. This is just the progress we've made off of burning largely powder. We've done a bit of the rich stuff on here, but still most of that full chest sitting up here. It's mostly powder that we've put into here so far. Oh damn. This is actually highlighting something though. Just look how inefficient the hoppers are. If I'm just like shift clicking on these, I'm often getting a chance to chuck in a whole stack. And if you compare the speed that I, just by clicking here manually, I'm getting through this stuff and refilling it, compared to this item by item trickle. This is, you know, this thing is burning it faster than it's being fed. I might see if we just got an Ender IO conduit and see if we can just switch this out quickly. Yeah, we do. Look, we have one spare here. We've got a few spare, in fact. Is that done it automatically? This needs to be an insert. This needs to be a always active. I don't know if that's quicker. It looks much quicker. Yeah, it's better. I mean, it's definitely better than the hopper anyway. That was a decent improvement, and we've salvaged yet one more hopper. And then we've got all this to chuck in, which I think we now have room for. And then I think that's actually all of our iron. Oh my gosh. We need to start pouring some of this out. Okay, yo. Chest is empty. That's it. 20 blocks in our inventory, plus another 320 ingots coming. Oh, and of course, plus these 3 blocks. Lest we forget. This is going to be a long time pouring. And so another improvement we could make over here, and we actually have 3 more Ender IO item conduits. But I guess we could use hoppers for these. Chuck some hoppers in underneath this guy. You wouldn't even necessarily need, you just have one little chest underneath. Okay, so it looks pretty grim. So how are we going to improve it? Well, here's the idea. Bit of a cheat, but we just got just enough room. In fact, we could probably even get away with, because it's right next to the thing. It just got a little crack there to grab them from. Right. Test the thing. Because we're never going to have more than, I mean, the 15 spaces for storing blocks of metal is probably plenty, right? That's quite a lot of storage when you think it's coming out in blocks. We don't actually even need a chest there or anything. I mean, a chest might actually look better and be easier than hitting this thing. Yeah, I've kind of changed my mind just in that second as I said it myself. We don't need a chest because that is ample storage, but functionality. I mean, there's a reason we've all been making chests all these years. They are good for something like that. Beautiful. Okay, and just while we're on a bit of a roll with this then, why don't we just test this out? Is it this easy? Look, that looks good, the way the redstone has connected. No. I thought that was going to make all these guys go. Should we have done it over the top of them instead? Is this the real deal? Hello. So we can just put a button there at least. That's way more functional. Okay, I like it. And then, yeah, I mean, a cheeky clock. We could do a cheeky clock too. It would have to stick out in this direction. Let me know if you know of any more compact clocks than what we've done over here with just like a classic repeater loop. If there's any, yeah, if you know of any like little machines that would do it for us with customizable, you know, lengths of time, that would be ideal. So what we got over here. Should we make these into ingots? Why are they in stacks of 32? That is so weird. In fact, look, you've seen it all, right? There's everything. That is actually kind of everything. We haven't, I'll tell you what we haven't processed yet is all of that stuff, all the dust there. That all came from what we've done today, and also there's the cassiterite and the lead, which I'm going to get to right now. But you've seen the iron. I'm not going to bother moving it all into this locker just to move it down here later. We're going to put it straight where it belongs, which is right here. And yeah, we don't even need to worry about making most of the stacks into 32s, do we? Because they, after this point, they're all going in here, where they will self-organize anyway. There we go. It's quite a lot of iron, you guys. I don't see us running out of that for a while. It's pretty awesome. And we're going to keep... I mean, actually, looking at the amount we got there, admittedly, some of that was from dust sifting too. But I'm starting to think with only 30% of that vein done, we might have to expand all those lockers down there into double lockers. We might have to go into the ground one, which wouldn't change the design of the room at all. That'd be quite an easy, quick and easy thing to do. Didn't think I'd be saying that. Let's get this tin done now. Yeah, the quality of life improvement here is just amazing actually. Being able to just stand in this one spot, I can reach the button from here, check how much is in there, how much is in there. Yep, we've got room for another 3, bang. It's all just stacking up down there. It's very fast. It's quite a lot of nickel and quite a lot of tin, you know? Plus all this. So yeah, we've been on a bit of a romp today. Maybe cheeky time lapse for you guys at this point might be nice. Okay, this is absolutely awesome. Like, wow. Yeah. So I still need to do a mob farm trip. Yes, we don't get any sphalerite from the sift. And you can see there's other things we're kind of short on where we could put a load of our tin, I think, into making brass. Is it tin? I can't remember. Like, we're going to need to make a load of that bronze once we get more copper. See, our copper vein is kind of important here. For the excavator, that is. I don't mine by hand anymore. Got a new normal over here, mate. I'm just going to sort out this locker now, getting everything up there. Alright, so to kind of finish up this episode and keep in its theme, we are going to continue with some quality of life improvements, but in a kind of different realm. It's not our mining procedures or our storage, you know, functionality, or it's not, you know, linking together cheeky little redstone lines and Ender IO conduits or putting all our machines into a big machine. No. We're just going to look at our inventory management here. I've had an idea. Now, I may want to empty this thing first. I think I'm going to. These are all just empty barrels now anyway. But I just want to see if I can do something with this. Can we name this, right? But I don't have 5 levels. Okay, that's hilarious. I didn't even clock that. Well, hello, my friends. It's been a while. Alright, this is sick, actually. The combination of having been eating well all episode with our lovely vegetarian sandwiches here. And now these levels. Look at our max hit points now. We've been, like, slumming it at, like, 300. We're about to break 2k, I think. Yeah, so to bring it back to the original idea, which I'm sure you guys have clocked now, we're going to start to use these storage crates to their full potential. Just like, you know, the modern day Minecraft player might with shulker boxes. Of course in 1.7 here, but we have our ways. And I like the idea of having one called liquids, so that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to check that liquids over here works as anticipated. Even though it's got a new name. Aha. So when we place it and break it, it loses its rename. That's a shame, but at least we've learnt to not plow loads of levels into it. Is there a way when it's in your inventory of telling its contents? No. Huh. Okay, that kind of scuppers my plans quite a lot, to be honest. So I think in that case what we'll do is we'll simply have one of those, as I say, it's been for liquids. But let's make one more to just have as our, like, our one that we actually use on a day-to-day. But yeah, so the basic principle here is that I keep doing this where I just, when I'm working around at home, I chuck everything into a, like, temporary chest. Okay, the redstone needs going upstairs. You can see there's quite a lot of stuff in there. So the idea here is a very simple one. It's just like, let's have this chest here be in our inventory at all times, and we can just like another one of these that isn't full of barrels, that we just have all the useful stuff, but the stuff that we want our inventory clear of moment to moment. you know, because this backpack was supposed to be that, but my god, is this thing a faff, and you have to like have an empty hand to like pick it back up, and it's sometimes everything spills out all over the floor, and it has a durability, that backpack. It's slightly bigger, mind. Nevertheless, these things you can nest inside one another. This is crazy. Alright, 6. I'm pretty happy with this. There's 3 spare spaces in it. We've got a little Thorncraft area there. We've got a little IE area here. Well, it's kind of like just a core sample drill pack there with the engineer's manual to check the different things in each deposit. You've got like a TFC tools there, like a vanilla tools row, and then like, you know, the tinkery bit, and I think it's looking good. I guess tinkers should go over there maybe and put the IE tools closer to the IE stuff. Something like that. But that one, does that one go there? I don't know. Anyway, you get the picture. This is sick. And then we just have this on us at all times and look at the state of our inventory now. We need to go and put this cherry away. But that's basically it. And then we have like our sandwiches in there. I was wondering, I was going to go into so many levels. If we could rename these, so we'd have a liquids one, we'd have like a tools one, that one that I've just made, and we'd have a food one. And I wanted to test if like food goes off inside the container, but I was imagining we'd have ceramic vessels inside here. We'd have like a sandwich making kit inside the food barrel. Sorry, food crate, I should say. You know, because we could walk around with one of these tables on us and then just be making sandwiches as we go for big trips. That kind of has to make sense, right? But we can't rename them. Boo-hoo. So yeah, I'd say overall right now, guys, with this new setup, we are living it up, literally. We still have to do this really annoying thing to our inventory every time we want to make sandwiches. You gotta reshuffle the deck like that. I prefer the bread on the end. Kind of just easier process. It is really thankless making these sandwiches, I will say that. It's pretty boring, but once we get to like healthy, which we're pretty much at now, we can start to maybe get a bit lazy again because our hit points will be, you know, exceptionally high. But yeah, overall really happy with all the different improvements we've made in this episode for sure. And so I think I'm just going to end by going over to the mob farm. It's pretty late now. I've managed to film it all in one day, but it is super late now. But we're going to go to the mob farm armed with a load of sandwiches, and while I just watch some YouTube for the next hour or two before I fall asleep, we'll be AFKing. Get our pig iron up. And I guess with that, I'll see you all next time. So, peace!